Hello, and welcome to the Loose Butthole Reviews. I am your host, Smokey, and joining with me as always is my co-host, Spooge.
Blah.
Oh, and before we get into it, the review proper, like always, we got 3 rules of our rating system. The first rule is our rating must be a 5 out of 5. 1 being we hate it, 5 being we love it. Rule number 2 is if we want our money back, we give it a good old Jeff Goldblum rating. And rule number 3 is if all the people that's doing the review agree on it, it gets a god tier, a 6 out of 5 rating. And today we are reviewing 9 to 5.
Ooh.
Oh, and we can, of course, go ahead and give our ratings like always. Mine will be a 3.5 out of 5.
And mine will be a 4.
Alright, I will have to come out with the review saying I was a little bit on the fence about this, but I have to admit the plot is a bit too sloppy for. I get that this was a different time in the 80s. If you went to watch this when it came out in 1980, the plot would not be sloppy to you whatsoever. In fact, this would actually probably be like relatively risque for the time period.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you supporting women's independence a little bit too much here for the 1980s. That's how the 1980s would have been. So it's like
I think it's like it's that because it's like kind of like jumbling it as like it almost feels like this is like weirdly like somehow both and not a stoner film too.
yeah, it's kind of
Except they don't smoke
drawing.
pot enough.
I see it's drawing the line for both for both the women's independence market and the stoner market. They made it to where you can, if you're not knowledgeable, you can like this movie because it's painting this in a bad light. Look how these women are acting with their independence, and look how they acting with their weed. But then you can also go, that's not how it really is. So they definitely played to both sensibilities.
There's definitely a lot of stoner films that could ironically paint weed in a bad light if you really think about it.
Yeah, that is true. It's just in this one, for the 80s, I do have to state this being made in the 70s, 80s. It kind of is a downside to it because it's like, man, it's made in a time period where we really can't afford marijuana to be painted in a bad light. We just couldn't afford it in this time. Like, if we went to the movies with our fucking parents in this, they'd definitely be like, see what the fuck we was talking about? Like in the 80s. Like if we grew up in this time period that our parents were, the way they are in the 80s. I mean, fucking they would totally be like, see? That's why you shouldn't be fucking smoking that devil's lettuce. We telling you, look how it fucking makes you act. The women were acting stupid, so fucking stupid, and then our dads would have been like, and that's why our wives stay in the kitchen, and we would be like, God damn it, why did we have to grow up in this time period?
The good old days.
to some, but yeah, it just. Yeah, I just can't like the film. Like, I do like the film, but I just don't like it enough to be like, this definitely is getting a 4. I definitely was like, yeah, just the plot's way too sloppy.
That's my main thing.
Whoever did this, they needed to do their research because he was in we need to see the invoice because as long as it says the company sold whatever was in that warehouse, he did it 100% legal. He could just say the company gave him a big ass bonus or something, and that's 100% like CEOs do that shit all the time. Do you know how fucking big of a bonus Bobby Kotick from Activision Blizzard? I mean, fucking. He's not the EA. I was mixing up that, but yeah, the fucking CEO of Activision Blizzard gets like a $1 million fucking bonus every quarter So
Mm.
it wouldn't, nobody would bat an eyelash when they go, oh, look at this, our warehouse is empty. They, in fact, who's ever running the fucking who's ever running the department in charge of stock would actually probably either be thankful or a little bit worried that they don't have enough to supply to meet the demand that they obviously have. It's like the
Mm.
empty warehouse just means you have a that can just mean you're very successful business. Like, yes, y'all do own a warehouse just in case y'all ever have backstock, but there is a possibility that your warehouse is slap empty for a fucking while because you're just selling all your product and you can't keep up
Mm.
with the production of it. So
Mm.
that part was stupid. He could have just totally had them call the cops and he would have been safe on that. Especially with all the charges they racked up. They racked up so
Mm.
many fucking charges and oh, it's okay. It's supposed to be okay. And it's like,
Yeah.
no, they deserved some repercussion. They did do some fucked up things. They deserved something to happen to them. Karma is real, and you need to portray it in your movies. But oh,
Oh,
that's pretty
sometimes
much
crumpets.
that's pretty much sometimes, but not. It's the probability of it happening is extremely fucking low.
Mm. I thought it was a fun romp.
I thought it
Definitely
was.
a low four, but yeah, definitely. Like I wish the plot was a little bit more focused, or I don't know. There's something a little bit missing from it. But
I just felt someone could have done a little more true crime research and a little more business research to tighten it up a bit.
that'd be cool if it like took like a hard turn. You know,
Yeah.
especially if you could have even made it a little worse.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it gets pretty bad. It gets pretty
Hmm.
bad what they do
Yeah,
to the guy. To be
yeah.
honest,
Mm.
I mean that definitely. To be honest,
I mean,
if this
some
actually,
there's some people out there that would pay for that.
yeah, there's that is true. There's some people, but I just want to point out that even though there's not a death in this, this could totally be like if this happened in real life, this totally could be a relax fit of the last podcast.
Mm. Oh
Like
yeah.
just three crazed employees kidnap a fucking their boss for fucking a number of days, and then his fucking
Mm.
wife has to come in and save his ass.
Mm.
Like it's like, oh, you got super fucking lucky. Your wife came home early.
It was fun, but it seemed like other than that, like underestimating, like other than like the one point of underestimating when, then I feel like there needed to be a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, I get the message that they're trying to do. It's just, again, you could totally flip the message on somebody with this movie. It's like, you can see it portrayed in that light, but look at all this fucked up shit they did, and that's because they got that shit. We gave it to, if we just take that, if they don't have the freedom, blah, 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 all the horse shit. And it's like, if only you just, I don't know, just at least show that they still get some consequences for their actions. They deserve something. They deserve at least a slap on the wrist. Uh, at least
Hmm.
at least have them be in court with the judge going, "Oh, since he's a sexist bigot, I'm gonna let you go, but what you did is fucked up." Bam, something. They
Hmm.
can still get off scot free. Just have a little tiny bit of consequence instead of just, oh, he gets free and that's it. He doesn't even really do anything with his freedom. They they do a weird plot where Colonel Sanders comes in and kind of kidnaps him out of
Yeah,
fucking
takes him to
nowhere.
Brazil.
Yeah, it's fucking. It's like, oh, what? They don't even. Who is, like? I get that's the owner, but what? They did not establish this character whatsoever. Like
Nope.
they could at least mention something of like, oh, the boss is coming in a few weeks, and that we gotta crack down or something. Just one offhand line that people could totally miss. That's like, you had enough time. This wasn't a long movie. This wasn't actually a long movie.
Yeah, it's done real fast, and shenanigans are fun,
Oh
so I
yeah,
think it's a fun little watch.
it's a fun little watch. I wouldn't mind watching this again. I laughed at it, and I laughed at it at all the good reasons. You know, the comedy was on point, the acting,
Mm.
and oh, but I will say Dolly Parton was fucking distracting as fucking this.
Yeah,
Like I
that's
hate
why
that I'm that way.
even with not like the most perfect script, like all the actors and actresses are like fucking nailing it. They
Amazing,
really
but
all carry it.
oh yeah, but unfortunately, this does. I do have a thing for Dolly Parton. This pointed
Mm.
it out way too much for me. It's like, yeah, this. I'm being a bad person. I'm just gonna have to admit it. It's like, man, you don't know how bad I wish it was me being tied up right now. It's like, oh, I would not be behaving myself around her. That is for sure. I would become a completely different person.
See, that's why the karma never came around because he was
That's
enjoying it too much.
that, that's the thing. Like that's when my confidence comes out. When it comes to somebody like Dolly Parton in the room, it's like I gotta be this certain way, even though they probably might not like it. They're gonna at least. I'm young enough. They're gonna be. Oh, aren't you adorable? I could get away with it. They're gonna go,
As,
oh, you remind, especially Dolly Parton. She's from the time period. She's gonna go, oh, you're such a little cutie pie. She's gonna pinch my cheek, and she's gonna act like my grandma.
or she gets those two guys that she was talking about that she knows.
I wouldn't be doing any bigotry. I would just like be making noticeable flirtatious advances towards her. Good
Yeah,
lord.
I was just,
The fuck?
I
I
was
wouldn't be doing anything that deserves to get my ass kicked. I'm not Frank. The fuck, man?
just,
Now you painting me in a way terrible fucking like you can be flirtatious and not deserve to get your ass kicked. Holy shit.
I don't.
I'm just saying like I'm actually
I
able
was
to
just
be
making a goddamn joke. I don't know.
I
I
would
get so mad at
actually
you
be
getting
able to
smacked
be
around like
so
Johnny Bravo.
I was just no, fuck no. I would actually be able to be socially confident around Dolly Parton because I'm actually attracted to her. Even though I'm usually not attracted to anybody, Dolly Parton's just one of the people that's like, you're fucking stupid. You're fucking stupid. Even to this day, if you're not attracted to Dolly Parton, everybody should be fucking attracted to Dolly Parton.
It wasn't that deep.
I'm just defending myself. You made it out. Johnny Bravo's a bad person. I wouldn't fucking definitely would not be acting like Johnny Bravo. I mean I might call it I might pull the yo mama. I might do that line, but Dolly Parton would fucking love it. Don't act like Dolly Parton ain't old enough to go, oh, you 28-year-old,
Yeah, I feel a little bit less guilt.
look how flirtatious you being. You're old enough to be my son. Get the fuck out of here. And then like she would go, oh, these two guys kicking this little fucker's ass. There's context in this fucking hypothetical. Oh, but the person that played Frank, he was good. He played Frank well. He played Frank fucking well as shit. Didn't like Frank
Yeah.
whatsoever, even though the whole time I had to be like, hey, he doesn't deserve all this though. Like he's a sleaze bag that probably does. His wife should probably divorce him and take half his shit. But definitely should not be
The
shooting at
main
him.
chick's familiar. Who's the main chick?
Oh, it was hard for me to get who the main chick was because it seemed like it was the one that put the rat poison It seemed like she took. I thought it was going to be the first one they introduced, but we followed the one that puts
Oh
the rat
yeah.
poison in his
I mean, I
coffee
guess
mug a lot more.
they're all kind of like a trio, so I guess it
Yeah,
was like just
but I'm just saying
providing.
she gets the most screen time out of all of them. Was the one that didn't get the promotion. It just
Yeah.
seemed like they started out introducing the timid one,
Mm.
the the
Let me
the
see. Let me look at the
the
list
submissive
again.
one.
Mm-hmm.
And fucking and if I oh I will say this, if this was my office environment and I was gone for the 6 week vacation or something and I came back, I would be super fucking pissed. I
Lily
would quit.
Tomlin.
I would fucking quit. The shit, all the changes they make are fucking awful.
Oh
I'm
shit!
calling them
I'm
out.
stupid. I totally forgot
They
wait,
cannot
the one that you
interior
thought.
design for shit.
Wait a minute, Judy. I thought Judy was the chick with the frizzled hair.
I mean, two of them had a perm. Two of them had both had
Remember the
perm.
one, but remember the one that
So it's
I
hard for
kept
me
saying
to.
that I wanted
Their
to be
both hair
a.
was frizzled.
Oh,
They were wearing
never
that
mind.
perm in their
Yeah,
hair.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, I didn't realize that was Jane Fonda though.
Oh, oh, I did not fucking notice that either. Holy shit!
So yeah, it was Jane Fonda. Then the I guess the one that got the
But
most screen
again,
time is Lily Tomlin.
yeah, she got the most screen time. She got
Yeah.
the but again, it's probably because Dolly Parton was why I didn't recognize Jane Fonda.
Mhm.
I was too busy. they they could have gave her a different sweater. Is all I'm fucking saying. Everybody's like, "Oh, you douchebag," but I'm good just saying it's kind of cold in here, ain't it?
That's because you turned on the air conditioning. You know what you're doing.
Oh, you know that's a fucking lie because I hate being cold.
Because I'm trying to blame you because it was me.
It's
Except
like oh.
I didn't do it for nefarious reasons. I just like it cold.
But yeah, fucking this is gotta say the soundtrack wasn't really there. It if it there was a soundtrack there, it was in the background and it served
Well,
its
they
purpose.
had the Dolly Parton song, which is the nine
Yeah,
to
well,
five song,
yeah, 9 to 5. Yeah,
which
they
wasn't. I mean,
they
obviously, it's not a good Dolly Parton song.
yeah,
It was alright.
it's yeah. I will
There's
I'll
better Dolly
if I
Parton
have
songs.
to be positive, I'll say it's all right.
Yeah.
But there's much better Dolly Parton songs in
Yeah,
my
you know,
opinion.
we could say it's not a good one because she has set the bar higher, you know.
Oh yeah, she
So,
has set the bar much higher. But still, it served its purpose. Oh, it's the title of the movie, and
mm.
kind of upset that no one said that they were working a 9 to 5 job. I didn't heed that line. It's like, oh,
I'm working a
where's
nine
the
to five
title?
tomorrow.
Where's the title of the movie? It's so easy to place the title of the movie in this, and you don't do it. That should be a sin.
I might ironically listen to the song again when I'm going to work tomorrow since I am doing a nine to five.
Holy shit. But yeah, for the most part, it. I mean, the soundtrack that there was no songs that I was like, ah, this fucking ruins the movie. So that that's the positive of the soundtrack, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, but Lily Tomlin was really good. What else is Lily Tomlin
She played the first woman they introduced, right?
in? Lily Tomlin's the brunette.
Okay, okay. She
Then
was the main. She was the. She got the
Jane
main. She got
Fonda
Jane Fonda
was the
was the
youngest.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah, was the first one they introduced. Okay, okay.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah. Fucking. Yeah, they did great. They
Yeah.
both did amazing. I mean, kind of that they were working with somebody that took the limelight
I
away
feel
from
like
them a little
this
bit,
this
but
movie
that's
just needed to be a
because,
lot more wacky. I think
yeah, to
there
be
needed to be some
honest,
more hijinks in this.
yeah, yeah, that it needed to be a little bit more looser, but again, I feel that they're trying to draw that they're trying to play the fence. They're trying to make it
Hmm.
ambiguous of what their stance on the the uh, the messages they're giving. Like, oh,
Hmm.
we don't you can't say if they're for weed or against weed, because you can go, oh, this is hilarious because this is definitely not how weed does you. But then people could go, oh, look how weed fucking does you. Makes you so violent, makes you so stupid that it makes them do all of that. They wouldn't be doing all this if they didn't start smoking the pot. That's definitely a message that you can get out of this. And also, during the time period, I know for a fact that that was a topic that was brought up after people watched this movie of, oh, do women actually need independence? I know for a fact there were some sleazeballs that love this movie for the fact that they could have been like, oh, look, you see what I'm talking about?
Maybe.
I know because I had a sleazebag friend that would definitely bring this, like, he never did. Uh, I do have to say RNP, he is dead now, so nobody has to worry about him being a sleazebag anymore. But he definitely would use this film. He would like this movie, but he definitely would use it in that kind of sense. That's how I'm gonna judging it. He took the First Wives Club movies and painted that in a negative light.
Hmm.
If he can fucking I'm not gonna get into that movie right now, but if he can paint that movie in a negative light, then I'm pretty sure he can ream this one up the ass, because he was a very intelligent person. Unfortunately, it's like, oh,
Gotcha.
you're so smart, but you're so fucking stupid. Oh, but you got anything else to add? You barely talked during this review.
I think I said things. A
You
lot of
said
things.
things, but I feel like I talked a lot more.
Well,
If you can't add
nah.
anything, we can't add anything. We can wrap it up. I was just saying before we wrapped it up.
Oh yeah, I guess shout out to Murda. Uh,
Oh, yeah, I mean, she's gonna. This was her suggestion.
yeah, yeah.
She's probably gonna be the suggester from now on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and who knows? Might be on a review. Starfish might be on a review. Who knows? We'll see. Oh, but if you've been listening this long, thank you so much. Please like, comment, and share the video around. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Do you have a sign off, Spooge?
Nah.
Alright, put some suggestions down from Hulu and Max if you don't mind. Oh, this will be a bye bye.
Boo boo.
Hit her from a high glass tower. Nails Miss Dora Lee Rose. She's gonna try to rope this Miss Cotton. She's already got him down, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's see how long it takes her to hog tie this sexist, egotistical, lying, hypocritical bigot.